So I'm going to introduce you probably the greasiest and obviously the worst way you can pull off surface mount ICs. It's kind of like how I do it. So first off, you get the biggest soldering iron that you got. It's like 60 watts or some shit, I don't know. And you grab your solder. You can do this in one shot here on the camera, that'd be fantastic. And you find your victim, or I mean your part you want. And it does work, I mean, it seriously does. It's really interesting doing this two-hand. Get my solder in the shot here somewhere. There's the IC of choice. Just apply a shitload of solder. Obviously on both sides. Excuse my crummy camera work. I'm trying to get lots of solder on this thing. And there we go. So we got our solder. And it works great with the 8-pin stuff. This not so much, but it does work. If you're really desperate and you need a part, here you go. As you can see, it works fantastic. It's really coming off like it's supposed to. Maybe not this one. That one's a little bit too stubborn. Also depends on the size of the ground plane on the board. Well, I mean, it's coming, but when you want to use it, well, maybe temporarily, if you really needed it. But yeah, that's got a nice solid ground plane. I don't have a hot enough iron. I mean, this thing's 60 watts. I mean, there it is. Hey, just pick up your pliers and put your soldering iron and mess around with it and torture it some more or whatever. If you really need to work with used parts for whatever reason, in my case I'm broke or just too lazy to go to the electronics store, or I don't want to wait for shipping or whatever. Another example, hopefully this will work much better. So do you like my professionalism? Or lack thereof. So there's our other victim right here. Just gonna solder this. Same thing. Lots of solder both sides. These works usually no problem. Yeah, a lot of comparators and things like that, no problem. I pulled a couple 393s off this board actually, and I was pretty surprised that they were even on here to begin with. Some Apple motherboard or whatever. But as you can see, it's not cooperating. The minute you put the camera on something, it doesn't really work out. But I'm also being really stupid about this. See, it looks like a charm. Usually I can have these things off in like 5-10 seconds. Not even, it depends. And also, like I said, ground plane on the board, all that kind of stuff. Flux helps a lot. Use a lot of flux. I'm a cheap fucking bastard, so I don't, but just kind of show what I do. There it goes. And it also helps if you have a lot of like areas on the board that solder can stick to, so the IC doesn't come off easy. And that's always a bonus. So that the legs break off or whatever. And there you go. Is this thing gonna work? I doubt it. But hey, on other areas on the board, I've done a couple and they came right off. So, I mean, I kind of want to torture you with one more just so you can cringe at the absolute brute, dirty, archaic, Neanderthal ham-fist way of taking parts off circuit boards, which it's always good to do it on a junk board, practice. practice. It does work pretty good. I mean, for example, here's one I took off earlier. If I can get this thing on the camera, wherever the hell it went. There. There's one right there. A couple other bits and bobs and crap. I mean, I wouldn't use it for anything serious. If you're just going to prototype something, and if it turns out that it works, you know, long enough for you to do whatever you're doing, just kind of quick to get by for a couple days, yeah, you know, whatever. Beats the hell out of waiting for parts when you really want something kind of to see if it works or whatever. I hope that video made you cringe. Yeah, man.